This here is Austria's answer to the mac and cheese. This is called Käsespätzle. And if done right, the noodles that you make from scratch will be super light and fluffy, which will complement the caramelized onions and the richness from the cheese. I'm using Gruyere. Let's get into it right now. This recipe is part of the Austrian Food Collab, so check out the link that's down below so you can see what the others are making for this collab as well. And to get this Käsespätzle dish perfect, you'll have to nail at least 3 things, starting with number 1, the wrong batter consistency. See, what's hard to do when just reading a recipe is understanding how the consistency of the batter should be and how to find out if it's too stiff or if it's too thin. And that's gonna have a big effect on how the noodles, the egg noodles in this dish, tone out. We definitely don't want them to be too thick, otherwise they'll end up being too dense when they're done cooking. And if it's too thin, when you start to make these noodles as they cook in the boiling water, you won't get those dumpling-sized tiny portions of pasta. It'll just be more like, I'm guessing and imagining, shoelaces. So the spätzle batter needs to drip, not plop, drip. When you push it through the hole using either a spätzle maker or a colander like what I'm doing, as you push the batter through those holes, they should drop automatically, freely, of their own accord. If it is fighting you because it's too thick, the end product will be too chewy. So the fix is simple. See, once you've mixed in the eggs, milk, salt, nutmeg and pepper together, and you start to add the flour and slowly are starting to incorporate that, keep an eye until that batter reaches a consistency that when you lift your spoon or your spatula, the batter starts to steadily drip. It should not plop, it should not be runny, and as it's falling into the bowl, it should form these ribbons. If it's too thick, add a splash of milk or water and then keep mixing until you get this consistency. And once you have that consistency, you have to make sure you let this batter rest so the gluten can relax. And that's going to give you a much better consistency as you start prepping the noodles. More importantly though, it'll help to give these noodles the springiness that's going to help make them lighter when we start enjoying it with all that cheese. Now, mistake number 2 will wreak havoc on this dish even if you get the batter perfectly right. If you use the wrong cheese, like let's say cheddar, yeah, it's easy to find, it's sharp, it's tasty, but it's not really the right cheese to use for this dish. See, traditional Austrian Käsespätzle is made with Bergkäse, which is essentially an aged alpine mountain cheese. And the type of cheese this is, because of the fat and protein ratio, it helps give you a smooth and stretchy melt. That's not gonna happen with cheddar. Cheddar most likely will split when it hits the heat. So you want something creamy. So something like a Gruyere would be a much better alternative because it's gonna be hard to find the mountain cheese in Canada or in the US. The Gruyere also has a really close flavor profile to the mountain cheese, but if you want more stretchiness, then you can pair it and add a bit of Emmental cheese in there as well. Now, make sure you grate the cheese yourself. Pre-grated cheese has some weird coating, so spend the extra 5 minutes, it's gonna be worth it. You wanna just melt this cheese and you wanna add that into your spätzle. I'm sauteing these noodles that we cook in some butter, get them nice and warm and hot, and once you've mixed in the cheese and it starts to melt, you want to use a pan that can help give you a beautiful crust. Once the cheese has molten, you just let that sit undisturbed and you'll know that the crust has formed, because as you try to shake this lump of noodles, it'll shake as one unit. As I flip this, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. That crust is gonna add so much more flavor and texture to this dish. Now, before mistake number 3, if you found this helpful so far, then hit subscribe. I make videos every week where I help you get restaurant quality results at home. Now, mistake number 3 is going to take the longest to fix, and that's undercooking your caramelized onions. See, if your onions are still at this stage, well, they're not fully caramelized. So you can't really rush the caramelization process. It takes real time and you have to be patient and cook the onions low and slow. So the onions have sugars in them like glucose and fructose, and they start to break down around 160 degrees Celsius. So if you cook the onions at too high of a heat, before the sugars have the time to caramelize, you're gonna burn them. So you have to cook them slow. And here's how the onions will eventually turn out if you do give them the time to caramelize properly. And if at any point you notice them getting stuck to the pan, well, just deglaze it. The brown bits on the bottom of the pan is flavor, don't waste it. Once done, these onions are gonna go on top of the Käsespätzle, adding a nice contrast to the richness of the mac and cheese. So here's how it all comes together. Have your batter ready, it's dripping with a nice ribbon pattern, and you've let it rest. Get some water, boil. Now use a colander if you don't have a spätzle maker, and just push with the back of a spatula so that they go to the holes, they fall into the water, and once they are floating, in about 1 to 2 minutes, you quickly drain them out. And I'm just throwing them in this bowl over here because we'll finish it later on. Now, while the dough was resting, we cooked our onions. You want to cook them low and slow until they look dark amber in color, just like this, really well caramelized. Then get another pan on, add some butter, drain the noodles, and then add them into and coat them well with that butter. As the pan heats up on medium heat, you add in the Gruyere cheese that you hand grated, mix it well, and then just let a beautiful crust form underneath. Now just go ahead and serve this dish. Top it with the caramelized onions and some freshly chopped chives and a touch of pepper. That's Käsespätzle done right. Now what I've learned is because this dish is so rich, after having it, it's traditional to go have some schnapps that apparently aids digestion, so go get a shot of that. And if you want to go deeper into Austrian comfort food or something that you are curious about, because I'm learning this stuff too, then let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you on the next one.